Brian, that's right. Fed Chair Jay Powell definitely being the largest topic of conversation in that pool spray we just saw in the Oval Office. President Trump asked several times about Chair Powell, saying that if he wants Powell out, quote, he will be out of there real fast. Believe me. But he was walking a very fine line here, Brian, not going so far as to saying that he wanted to actually officially fire the Fed chairman. He said he praised the European Central Bank for cutting their rates today, but said that, quote, our guy wants to play cute. He accused Powell of playing politics with interest rates. He said that the Fed owes it to the American people to get interest rates down. And he said he thinks that at some point the Fed will get there. He says that he believes the Fed will have a lot of political pressure. He accused the Fed of being political as well and said, quote, I think there's a lot of political pressure for Powell to lower interest rates. But again, did not answer a question specifically as to whether he would be looking to remove Powell. Also did not answer a question directly about whether he regrets nominating Powell initially back in his first term. And again, this also comes after, Brian, a White House official earlier today told me not to interpret that Truth Social post as a threat to officially fire him. So they're really wanting to make their discomfort or their discontent known with the Federal Reserve Chairman, making that very clear today, but not going so far as to actually push for his removal at this point. Also, a lot of talk about trade and tariffs and trade negotiations. The president saying that they have a lot of countries that want to make a deal, even more than Trump himself wants to make the deal. The Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was in the room. He listed Japan, the European Union, South Korea, and India as nations that had either been here for negotiations or were in the midst of negotiations, saying that all four of those were moving very quickly. So potential movement there towards a deal. And then the Italian Prime Minister Meloni said they had spoken about trade during this meeting, saying that Italy would have to increase its LNG imports, potentially buy more nuclear as well. Shows you a little bit about the nature of these talks and how countries are looking for ways to reduce their trade deficits and buy more from the U.S. in order to satisfy the White House. One final topic, Brian, the minerals deal with Ukraine also came up. The president was asked about the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, saying that there would be a minerals deal signed potentially this week. The president says that next Thursday a deal is set to be signed, and he said, I assume that the Ukrainians will live up to the deal. So more questions than answers there about what exactly is in that deal, but saying that there will be something signed at some point late next week. Brian.
Okay, obviously a lot going on. Megan Cassell, thank you very much.